I was living in Los Angeles, the heart of the movie-making world, but I wasn't making the kind of films that I would want to see. I had enjoyed working on the TV films, often with fine actors, and even had the opportunity to direct a short-lived series, Angel Falls, starring the alluring Kim Cattrall, but none of the scriptwriters of these films had been free to create truly complex characters, since commercial television had to appeal to the widest audience possible. It had now been more than 10 years since I had worked on a script of my own, and I was restless to try again. I had little desire to reach out to any of the broadcast channels, but rather preferred trying one of the new commercial-free cable networks that were coming up with innovative programs. My mind scanned all the short stories and novels I loved with a female as their central character that seemed suitable for adaptation. If it was in the public domain and I wouldn't have to pay the author, all the better. When I suggested Sister Carrie to Tom, Theodore Dreiser's classic story about greed and lust, he became just as intrigued as I was with its story about Carrie Meeber, a naive but spirited country girl who arrives penniless in the Chicago of the 1890s with hopes of acquiring the finer things in life. Exposed to the rapaciousness of capitalism at its worst, our heroine fights her way through the only way available to her, exchanging sex for money, eventually achieving her independence as a stage actress in New York. It would be a perfect role for Laura Dern. With a proposal in hand, we turned to Robert Greenwald, who was able to arrange a development deal for us with Alan Sabinson, the head of production at the A&E cable network. I was as excited as I would have been if we were writing a movie script for 1,000 theaters. All that mattered was working, once again, on a film that I was passionate about. I threw myself into researching the period and became just as fascinated by the novel's troubled publication history. With his massive manuscript completed in 1899, Dreiser submitted the work to Doubleday, where it captured the attention of an editor, Frank Norris, who offered him a contract for publication. Unfortunately, Mr. Doubleday's wife read the book and decided that it was thoroughly scandalous. How could her husband even consider publishing a novel about a fallen woman who not only remains unpunished for her sins, but is also rewarded with a success at the end of the story? Her outrage led to a struggle between Dreiser and Mr. Doubleday, with the author demanding that his publisher fulfill his contract.